Excellent, Gal. It was a good Christmas. Good morning, everybody. Kukla, no, my Steelers. They forgot to get the notice that there was a game yesterday. Something got lost in translation. Actually, I can't even claim that one. Hello, Larry. Good morning. They're just a beat up team with broken coaching. Hello, Chili Philly. Let's see. Hoping your family had a wonderful festive weekend. We sure are very close now. We sure are very close. And there is some definite news on that one to share with you guys this morning. Hello, T-Bone CMKX. It's good to see you. We did not see any deliveries of CMKX over the weekend, though. I was so hopeful we'd see at least some last night. Good morning in St. Louis. Hello, Ron. It's good to see you, Brother Ron. Even got to meet some of you folks when I went to, which was just fantastic day. A really, really just awesome, sweet couple. When I went to my Mexican lunch with the kids, like, hi, MarkZ. I was like, holy smokes. I'd never met him in real life. Just that was neat. That was awfully neat. Hello, Sissy J. Hello, Roadster Boy. Let's hope we're starting early. Let's see. I couldn't resist. It was so comfortable and it was clean. I need to do laundry. Hello, Big Dallas. Hello, Navy veteran Joshua. Thank you in Iowa. Thank you for your service. Not enough rest, Charlotte, but I tried. Hello, Ski Cat. Good morning in Southeast Kansas. There's a question for you, Ski Cat. I mean, if you're like into snow skiing, you're from Kansas, Southeast Kansas. Where do you have to go snow skiing? Kind of curious if you're like in the middle of the country. You know, do you have to like drive all the way to Colorado or all the way to the Appalachians? What do you do? Lake Fenton in the house. Char S anniversary today. Of course, Dr. Rich and Tippy just had their golden anniversary while we were all celebrating our Christmas weekend. Hello into Arizona. I like your thought. Now would be a great time to give whatever is holding this up a suppository or two. Hello, Desert Sky. Man, I'm telling you, it is a holiday week, right? Things are going to be kind of funky. I don't know my whole schedule yet. I should have just put whiskey in the thing. I was going to see if Zest or any of the kids were about. I was going to get them to grab some Baileys or something, right? Live on the edge. Hello, MJ Bots. Farmer, it's good to see you. Hopefully you had a great Christmas. Casper the Goat, good to see you as well. Don't forget birthdays. Otherworld me, I will not forget your birthday. Hello, Jens in Denmark. Hello, Ann. Hello, Spoon Lady. Amy, we do have some things we can focus on that are pretty important that we've already seen today, and we'll dive into that one. Kevin, tell your beautiful new friend the RV the RV is real. We don't know the timing, but we know it's real. We have a lot to go by on that one, including a tremendous number of world-class economists that have told us it is inevitable as we move from fiat back to gold. And then we're going to talk about Iraq real quickly. Let's just go ahead and wait. I got to do this one, Kevin, first, just in case I confuse some folks. Got my news hat on. Everything works different in the camera. It really throws you off. All right, let's get into it. All right, hopefully you guys can read this. Since it's not been translated yet. Let me find this one. Hold on here. Let me translate for you. The Federal Supreme Court of Iraq decided to dismiss the appeal regarding the results of legislative elections. If you guys are not familiar, the plan here was to RV, once they had their government sat, they were going to take care of Kuwait, a number of other things, to remove any sanctions that were still left on them. They had their elections challenged by a Iranian-backed group that failed, guys. This was announced just today in Baghdad. The Federal Supreme Court decided to dismiss the appeal regarding the results. So the election results will now be official. We've seen some Other news already as well on the Iraqi front. This it'll help people find it. All right, guys, let's do the next one here. This had come out, and Florida CB, thank you for this one because I had not caught this one. Basra Safwan border between the port between Iraq and Kuwait was officially open today. That was Wednesday, right before Christmas. This is a normalization of trade and commerce between them after Iraq finished paying all of its bills to Kuwait. It's settlements, guys. This is big news. This one especially. So hopefully we'll hear it more as the day develops. Now, what I'm hearing from, or what I'm not hearing, or hearing, not hearing, combination thereof, from other centers around the world. I didn't hear a thing out of Zurich today. That is not unusual. They take a serious holiday over the Christmas break. They will not come in until they 100% have money. They will stay very close by. They will be ready, but they do not do banking traditionally during this unless the ox is in the ditch. What I'm getting out of Miami, Reno, some of the domestic areas here in the States is that they are returning to their positions today. Flight disruptions have caused quite a delay in getting everybody back where they belong. If you guys haven't been keeping up with that one, tremendous number of delays around the world right now in travel. Many of them still in place. I am expecting an update somewhere probably 3 o'clock Eastern today or so from the West Coast banking centers. And I'll share that this evening. If it's something groundbreaking, I'll come back even sooner. All right, lots of other stuff to talk about. I am certain. Oh, wait a minute, missed this one. Good morning. So much for it was still a great one, Land Shark. I get you. They didn't show up at all. Bill. Yeah, any birthdays today, guys? Stephen, I really want to consider this one a nothing burger. The election results being or doing away with those challenges from the Iranian-backed groups, that was absolutely huge. That has been a key piece we've been waiting for that we should have had on the 22nd that was booted until the 27th. That is a huge piece, an absolutely huge piece. Hello, folks. Just reading through here. Buddy, no, we did. We mentioned you may have joined late or been catching an ad. That was one of the very first things mentioned with CMKX. We did not get any deliveries that I could find over the weekend. My last update from a DHS contact was they were expecting to start those on Sunday or Monday. So I'm not too concerned yet. I have reached out to everybody I can think of that has stock to see if any of them have reports as well. No reports yet. That was the very first thing we tackled. Somebody said, did the Cowboys win? See, so let's see. The Eagles won. What, weren't they playing? Wasn't it the Eagles and Giants? Not too big a surprise there. Hello, Richmond. PW, it's okay. You can just go back until you see the hat, get the news, then drag it all the way forward so that you're back up with us in chat. The outcome is income. 2.5 days. I'll see what I can do. I do while I'm at it, and we can have a little bit of fun. One, guys, before I actually let me bounce back here because I cannot believe I have been negligent in this one. We do have a number of folks in the stream that could use our prayers. One, Paul Obel, he is still fighting, still with us. I'm hoping for an update today. Hopefully, he'll be able to respond. If you've been keeping up with it, he definitely needs our prayers, and where we pray in earnest, guys, we will get answers for it. Also, Karen, another one of the stream that has COVID. If any of you guys are sick or have it or need prayer, please put it in there because we have so many just awesome prayer warriors. A special one for Ronnie. Ronnie lost her sister, Armad. Ronnie lost her sister Christmas Eve, and you know how tough that one is. Yeah, I don't want to put words in her mouth, but some of the treatment options being used today just I don't believe are as effective as they could be, and I'm going to leave it right there so I don't get removed. But definite prayers going for Ronnie this morning as well. Not my name said I would be off to work, but I'm kind of snowed in. Sometimes snow's a good thing. Hello, Hoosier Howdies. Hello, Ronnie. Hello, Jade Eyes. Prayers for an individual named Zach, a Z-A-C only. Not my Zester, but all right. I'm glad you guys are putting it in there. I've not heard that Doug Kuzma is ill in the hospital. I do. I mean, you still have from the trying to think of how to say these people involved in the truther movement that seem to be being attacked and even meetings. I mean, there's definite prayer needed out there, guys. We are definitely in a war. Let's see. D. Miller said, I'm 9 days into the C word, lost taste and smell, but I feel blessed to be doing as good as I am. D. Miller, extra prayers for you as well. While I am thinking about it, guys, let me touch on this one right here, right out of the gate. Can I tell you how many people in my own personal life have given just tremendous testimony on the effectiveness of this one? Quercetin, available just about any vitamin shop, GNC, whatever. You can find it online as well. I would buy from a more reputable source than I would like off an Amazon or something, guys. That's just my thoughts. Read it. It is in today's links as well. I don't know if today's links are up yet. Probably not. Oh, wow, they already are. The Zester man is cooking today. All right, so if you go there, go to the links, you will find this one by Mercola right there, right there. And you can read all about it. You don't have to take my word for it. You can study the science of it. If you are suffering out there, find some. Find it now. D. Henderson, I was admitted Christmas Eve with the C and double pneumonia in the lungs. I've been fighting their treatment. They want, I refuse. A lot of heated battles with the doctors. They're trying to kill me. Send prayers. D. Henderson, praying for you. Praying for you. Well, they at least you have to have vitamins. Gigi, that is, and Gigi Boss Lady actually summed up what we learned right here, that the what makes these so effective is it opens up the zinc pathways. Matter of fact, the Surgeon General for Florida has even suggested this one. And that's a doctor, so you don't have to take my word for it. King's Hacienda, I am waiting for news out of Iraq today on the banking side of it. I can tell you that larger denominations have gotten exceptionally hard to find there. They're pushing people towards QI cards as they're trying to get all of the large bills off the streets in anticipation of this event. There's so much going on right now, guys. It is getting very difficult to make certain that I mention every little piece of it. Austin Robin, I don't have a particular brand I would suggest. I can tell you that the one that seems to be the most effective for me was from Vitamin Shop. As I've taken it when I was feeling a little like, you could feel something coming on, a little Manuka honey, some quercetins, make certain that I'm still taking vitamin D and all those things. I'm already taking NAC regularly. Definitely works. Oh, man. Sue Horse, if you guys haven't heard of this brand, the Q Spectacular Tonic Water. It's nothing to do with QAnon or any of that stuff. There is a line of mixers or of originally it was designed as mixers. They have like old school craft type sodas mixers that you would put like with alcohol or whatever, tonic. They happen to have one of the best tonic waters out there, and this is the one that Sue Horse is referring to. I'll see if I can do a quick search. See if I can find it for you guys so I can show you a picture of it. Yeah, there it is. I'm gonna just I'm gonna highlight it over here and just move it so you guys know what it looks like. This one's a light. They're not all light, but you can see what the little cans look like. I'm going to find here, bounce over to here. Where did I find it? Ah, over here. It is, and it's a brand of mixers. They have one of the highest levels of quinine in it. In other words, it's an old school real tonic water. So yeah, that's a great suggestion there, Sue. Now let's get back to here. There's lots of news to talk about, lots of answers to questions to answers to question. Those two. Now brand. I've had good luck KL with Now brand supplements. Here's another one for Elliot. If you can please pray for my Uncle Justin Harland. Wow. Got the sea bug and pneumonia. And poor Elliot. And then you get the autocorrect there putting in pneumonia instead of pneumonia. Laptop flop. YouTube crash. This is perfect timing. Laptop. But I tell you what, I'll do a brief update towards the end if you guys want again for those that missed anything. At year end, there is so much different. I know it's frustrating. I know so many of you guys are frustrating. There are so many things different at this point in time than have ever been in this. Have we ever seen Iraq fully pay off Kuwait? Have we ever seen things normalized with their borders open like they're supposed to? Have we ever seen the conversations about Asian currencies needed to be adjusted up? I mean, there's so many things that are just so absolutely different now that we've never seen before in this journey. But I totally understand the frustration. I do. All right, RWB. I will start working on that one in the background. Give me just a minute. All right, guys, I got a little bit of housekeeping I got to square away. So if you get strange noises, try to ignore it. Little bit of housekeeping I got to square away. Oh my! All right, it's doing all kinds of funky stuff. Almost there, guys. Bear with me. Oh, isn't that fantastic, guys? All right, Wings, I need a comment out of you so that I can move forward and catch up here. Then I will get finish my housekeeping. It's a million different accounts is how they do it. That somebody's willing to go to that kind of effort tells you they are either radicalized or paid for their efforts. One of the two. Let's see. Oh, see, Mel said got Quercetin from Dr. Stella. Very credible, very. I'm watching you guys' chat. It may be a little behind, so just bear with me. Good morning, Alice. Jamie, I can tell you I don't believe that's inaccurate in any way. I did also see some chatter about who has which codes. We actually talked about that Friday with Mr. C. His are for there are different codes for different portions of this. His is for the refunding or the rebooting of the US dollar. Tremendous amount of that actually goes towards RV funds, not the Zim side of it, but does towards here in the US for paying for dinar dong and all that portion. So yeah, huge piece of it, not the only piece. Wait a minute, there it is. All right, now I've done my work. Now I can get back to you guys. Let's see, can you give us a hint? We've touched on this one before. Oh, wow, I'm back over here. Annabelle got lots of treats. As a matter of fact, some of you guys, and I keep it here. We've got some Mega Temptation she's been getting into that came from Tropigal. She's gotten lots of treats and stuff, and I'm trying to find her a new bed that I like to go in front of the wood stove, in front of the fireplace insert, so she can lay there. I've not heard any updates on Doug from Frog Network. If you guys have, please share it. If you have an update on Paul Oval, please share it in chat. Just reading through some of the comments over here. Update St. Germain. I am hearing it open, guys. I'm still trying to find what I consider rock solid proof that it did indeed open and just start distributing yesterday, or excuse me, on Saturday. It's most of our news is going to start coming around 3 o'clock this afternoon Eastern time. By the time all the different areas are responding and enough people are back in their seats. And that is assuming that we don't have tremendous delays because of what's going on in the airline industry right now. I think as of yesterday morning, we were already at what was it yesterday morning? Midday yesterday or so, we were already at like 2,300 flights delayed or canceled. See, red, white, and blonde. Everybody's wanting to know when your next update is. Roswell, I don't want to poo-poo on anybody else's stuff. I don't, but I'm not getting that out of what I consider to be the best elders tie out there, period. I am just not getting that. Now, of course, they want the change and they want Nasera, but that's also part and parcel of this thing. We don't get one without the other. And then CJRNB Canada, 9 years, a long time with so many disappointments that I can't count. We all need this to happen now. Amen, we do. Wings, you're very welcome. Let me get current here with comments. Mark, I am not hearing this from any of my people, period. Whoever you heard it from, double check with them. I am not getting this sliding scale or this disappearing or that you're only allowed to exchange so many. I'm just not getting it, not hearing it from any of my banking contacts. Top Cop, no, not allowed to post links. You can try sending it to a mod, but that's the only way to get links in. We're responsible for those, unfortunately, so we try to clean up those. We had porn bots spamming us, channels getting suspended. It was a pain in the butt. No updates from Sheila. Husband's worried about identity fraud going through the redemption process. What info do they need over the phone? It's probably going to be a secure link, so it's going to be digitally protected. But all they're going to need over the phone is going to be very simple. It's going to be name, email, and the types of currency you have, not the amounts, is what I am told when you set that appointment. I'm not worried about that at all. Aviator, it does scare the heck out of the powers to be. A matter of fact, Putin made it a point to point out that it scared the heck out of the powers to be. Bobby, as I understand it, the Germain Trust is much bigger than the Rodriguez Trust. Other world me, I'm with you. I agree with you on this one. Xavier, no, we're talking about a different Doug. We're not talking about Doug Billings with what is it? What is Doug's place? Right Side News or something along those lines, or Right Side Broadcasting? We're talking about a different one from Frog News. I get a lot of questions about what somebody posts on the boards, guys. I do not read the boards. Right Side Broadcasting Network. Mary, thank you very much for that one. Cue Ball, I've heard very similar on that one, that it is mind-numbing at its size. And that's one of the things for us to remember. They have convinced us that we live in a world of scarcity, and we just don't. We live in a world of abundance. The problem is when you live in a world of abundance, there isn't much control for those that feel like they need to control others. But yeah, we're going to have to change our mindsets on this one. Oh, absolutely, Michelle. No problem adding a spouse. Rosalie got it too. Thank you guys for those updates. Fortunately, I have you all to keep me up to date. I have so much going on in the head as I go from one thing to the other, read hundreds of articles. I often need you guys. Let's see. Jesus believer, something fishy is going on. The pastor of our church is in the hospital due to the sea and the pneumonia. I will be doing the Wednesday evening and Sunday morning services, but I did read how doctors kill, right? 25.9% that get that one that start with the R end up in renal failure and dead. A higher percentage of that, and it's truly scary. We need informed consent so that people can make wide open, intelligent, informed decisions. But let's see. They actually give the meds that call it. What they need to be doing is making certain that they clear the fluids too. One woman's husband was dying. She had to get a court order to get to the hospital. Yep, right. Dr. Rich has the one friend where the nurses literally, when the doctors were out of the not in or whatever, they literally helped smuggle the patient out because the doctors were killing them. He got out, did the different protocol similar to what you're talking about here, and started recovery within a day or two. But can I tell you how many stories I've heard of nurses trying to rescue patients from doctors? It's scary, and that we can't discuss it to find out what the truth is, that we're so censored that we can't even have the discussion to find out what's accurate or not is it's scary, because then everybody's running around with half information. Isn't that a scary thought, Mike? What are you going to do with yours? Yeah. We're on the backup channel if you guys are interested. He's a good chap, Xavier. He's a great chap. The problem is, because of the mechanism he works on, he needs to be taken early in the process so that he can be effective, or truly as effective as he can be. He can still be effective later, but not quite the miracle. He needs to be done earlier in the process before the chain reaction starts too far. Pickle Speck, it's good to see you. Hopefully you had a wonderful, amazing Christmas. Tropigal. Plans for New Year's. A quiet night in. I tend not to partake in amateur nights. There are too many amateurs out there. Whoa, here we go. Mid-Mo Patriot. Brad Barton said Doug Kuzma was on the ventilator and hospital took his phone. It is that you can't even get. Lady Di, I think I get it back Wednesday. I'm going to do some digging today and see if I can determine that. Some of these things I'm just going to highlight and keep running, because if I say them out loud, I'm going to get popped. Oh, damn. Hello, MarkZ. If we are moving to QFS, what will happen to all the central banks? We're not going to need most of them. We're going to need, of course, treasuries to maintain gold supplies and to make certain that, what's the word I'm looking for here? Liquidity, that there is enough physical printed for the amount of reserves you have. What I mean by that is, for example, the US dollar, we print so many of them. We don't know how many is destroyed, how many are lost, how many is like in a fire, how many just went through the washing machine. So somebody has to maintain those things. Somebody has to maintain the ins, the outs of them, and make certain that there is liquidity for the banking world. What would happen, even if we are on a gold standard and everybody decides to hoard their money, it causes a liquidity issue. We actually saw that once in American history before, where we were on a good gold standard. Everything sounded good, but there wasn't a flush amount of gold to inject into the system when it needed liquidity. In other words, if everybody decides they're going to sit on their money, then you've got that person out there that is trying to work, the hardworking class, but all the wealthy are sitting on it. Then there's nothing in the flow. So they can't get any to buy goods because nobody has any to give them. There just isn't enough bills. So that is another role that the treasuries will play in this thing. Central banks, for the most part, go away, which is just awesome. You can look at 99% of the crimes, the financial iniquities out there in the world, and they come because of central banks. Here's actually a good one on that one, which I thought was pretty good. A op-ed piece, Trump knew 100% he was fighting for the little guy, former top Trump economic advisor. I did not get to watch, and I just didn't have time to watch the crossroads on this one, so I'm going to probably be doing that once we finish today. But it goes into just that, how his policies were aimed at the little man, how the lower class, the lower 10% are the ones that benefited the most during the administration. Interestingly enough, that is what we saw during the Reagan administration. Trump administration, the most successful for that in pulling more people from the bootstraps from poverty to middle class, getting people off food stamps, not by canceling them, but by creating opportunity to lower. He was also the most successful, even more successful than Reagan, at the income inequality, meaning minority groups close that wage gap between those and whites, which I can tell you that the aristocracy hates that idea. They fought it tooth and nail. So that was really an interesting piece. It's in there. Matter of fact, while I'm at it, let's just do some of this one. Trends across the U.S. Johns Hopkins tracks the trends. You can actually go in here. You can look at different states. This one is District of Columbia. Well, I'm highlighting this one because this has one of the highest levels of compliance with lollipops in the U.S. So I wanted to share this one, and it is, to me, it's an interesting one. Let me make certain I get this one. All right. I'm not going to find it there. But Florida CV found this one for me as well. What we're finding out is that D.C., the District of Columbia, has 10 times more cases now than before the lollipop. And keep in mind, before the lollipop, we actually had a very ramped up testing procedure. So it's not because more people are testing now than then. We have very similar numbers in testing. What we have is a failed lollipop, in my opinion. And I'm allowed to have an opinion. I'm allowed to talk about my opinion. Of course, I have to use shaded language to get around censors to talk about my freedom of speech, but oh well. But isn't that interesting? 10 times. Or for you guys that are unfamiliar with how the math and the percentage works, that would be 1,000% more cases now that they are all fully lollipop than before they were fully lollipop. So try to convince me now. Is it working? We'll give that whole McFly moment. All right, let's see. Lockdown policies and mandates linked with lower IQ. I talked about a study last week, guys, beginning of last week, on just this subject. Average IQ has dropped 22 points. And if you guys are wondering how that works, we are taking, on average, and they've dropped 22 points. We're taking, and the average is about 100 is where the number is supposed to be. And we're putting down into challenged level in the 78, 80 range. I mean, this really is your phone right now. The artificial intelligence in your phone, which gets stuff wrong all the time, is as bright as our average kid right now. That is so absolutely scary. This is what these mandates and lockdowns are costing us. And they are not doing what? Slowing things at all. We can literally look here and we can do a similar thing. We can pull areas in more highly lollipopped areas, and we can see they simply don't work. But what they do is tremendous damage. I said do. All right. But hey, we got Boris to save us. Door-to-door jabs. He's considering sending out crews. Now, he is not talking about, and this is kind of funny to me on this one. He is not talking, hey, Boris, he's waving at you guys. He wants to know how great things are there as they sit around the house with everything paid for on your dime, still having Christmas parties, but you're not. Yeah, I'm poking at you, Boris. Poking at you really hard. So The push here is just to offer them as if you didn't know where to go get it if you wanted it. I mean, you know where to go get it, right? I mean, you can find it. You can find it in the UK, you can find it in the US, you can find it just about anywhere except what we consider the third world, which I still think is a horrendous way in which to refer to other countries. But it is the terminology they use. But somehow thinks that they haven't been able to find their way down to the local CVS or Rite Aid or whatever you guys have over in the UK. They're not taking it because they don't want to take it, or they already have natural immunity. But for some reason, they keep thinking that the harder they push, the more people are going to say, you know, oh God, I just couldn't get down there and get it, which is the whole premise to this thing with the going door to door. They want to make it right there. Actually, they want to guilt you into it. But if you read into the article, and this is what they want to gaslight you into believing. Let's see. If I can find the exact terminology. They talk about this 90% have it, and the reality is 90% don't. That is another gaslighting. They want to convince you that you are a really small minority and guilt you into being part of the cool crowd, right? But let's see, where is it? I'm going to try to find it. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, spiking, running away. Of course, if these things worked, it would not be spiking or running away. I definitely think it's a personal decision. That's just the way I feel. I'm adamant about it. Where is it? Anyways, he makes the comment that the 90% are losing all patience with the 10%. They're losing all patience with those that are still fighting it based on, most of them, good sound science. All right. Oregon man who told, because this is playing over the weekend and many people have sent it, I felt like I needed to comment to let you know that I have indeed seen it. The Oregon man, the former police officer, now works for a utilities company. He had no idea at the time he did this. He had no idea at the time that this was live or anything. They do their normal, you know, you got kids, grandkids, whatever. You call into the NORAD system to see how Santa's going, right? It's a tradition, if you guys are out of country, that we have going on here in the U.S. Many families, the kids will call just to find out where Santa's at in his sleigh at the time. Our North American radar system that tracks missiles, supposedly, you know, for the kids tracking Santa. And of course, at the end of the call, as Jared calls in, and to his surprise, Joe Biden's on the line. Publicity stunt for the White House, right? They just say, man, great, we're going to have publicity stunt. We're going to have the president there. We really need some feel good. So this is what we're going to do. We got old Joe in there. He's handling things. He's taking care of it for Santa. Of course, then NORAD actually put a mask on Santa. He's out there flying by himself up there with the jets without his oxygen, wearing one. So yeah, the NORAD, you can't make this up. That's as special as watching people drive around in the cars by themselves with one. So anyways, at the end of the call, after getting that update, I don't know if it was for grandkids or whatever, he goes, let's go, Brandon. And Joe goes, yeah, let's go, Brandon. I guess he doesn't know about the chant, right? So I had to squeeze that one in there for you guys. All right. Cabinet Leggett. All right. This, wow. I forgot. I had a translated version for you guys. I took the time to run that through the translator for you guys, and I moved the wrong link. So let me break this one down for you. In a nutshell, in the Netherlands, while you're going through one of the worst energy crises you have seen in modern history. Actually, I can probably tell you right now that it is the worst energy crisis Europe has seen in modern history. I can't believe I did that. I was really looking forward to you guys being able to read that one too. Oh wait, we got a lot of folks from the Netherlands. You guys can read it out loud for us. In a nutshell, the coal-fired plants there, the government is limiting them starting January 1st of 2022, which is let's see, 4 days away. They're going to limit you guys to only 35% of production capacity on your coal-fired power plants. Meanwhile, much of your power plants there are natural gas-fired, which is a limited supply and shortages of, which means you're not going to have power. It's going to be very expensive. Your coal plants could be running much harder and faster now. You could not have as high prices, but they've decided that the environment in the short term is more important. So January 1st, they're going to be limited to 35% of their production capacity of power. Don't fear, though. The government is going to pay them not to run. So they're going to legally mandate that they can't run, but they're going to pay them for the energy they are not producing. Think about this. When you are starving and you can't eat anything else, is that the time to say, hey, that wasn't responsibly harvested? You can't eat? This totally agree that the environment needs to be taken care of. But is this the way to do it? What they should be doing is going, hey, look, we got a shortage here. We really need to fix these long-term supply chain issues. We need to look at some alternative, cleaner energy. We need to look at more efficient road systems. We need so many things they can do. But they're going to do this one first. What they should be doing is ramping those coal plants up, say, run hard, man, run hard. People need to stay warm. We don't need people dying, unable to pay their bills. And we also need to look very hard at what the end game is here. We need to invest in our infrastructure so that we never have this crunch again, and we can shut down these coal plants in a year or two after we address the underlying issues, right? No. Their way to do it is make you completely uncomfortable, throttle it down, and control you. There you go, Netherlands. Welcome to Australia. All right. Ooh, this one I just wanted to highlight. Sit down, Karen. This shows woman literally. This guy was eating. He pulled his mask down to eat. She had hers under her nose, but was offended by this older gentleman. Literally punched him, then scratched him, then spit on him, then tried to punch him again. Of course, he did after she had already punched him and scratched him, threatened to dump a drink on her head. I don't think the drink actually got dumped on her head. I have to go back and read the article. It's a day or two old. But this shows you just how absolutely polarized our world has gotten. It's like logic has gone completely out of the door. And they don't even see it. These are the same people that knee-jerk reaction would turn in their neighbors. Really is. Everybody needs to go back and read a little Anne Frank, right? All right, stocks drift, oils drops as Omicron concerns linger. This one is just a Reuters. It talks about the Asian markets, how the Asian markets have gone absolutely nuts, losing, drifting sideways, crashing, but yet our controlled and manipulated Dow Jones is still right in there, just strolling along, guys, strolling along. Let's see, where did I miss this one? I swear I highlighted this one. Ah, there it is. And then, oh, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Give it just a minute. Waiting for it to bounce over. Man, things are slow. Computer's losing it, guys. There it is. It found it. That was rough. The world's imploding. Manufacturing's off almost 80% in Europe. Similar numbers going on in Asia right now. The world is crashing, and our Dow Jones is plugging along like there's nothing wrong. Gold, kind of sideways. Dow. I think one of you guys, I think actually it was Al Duersman, was saying he was looking for a record for the Dow Jones to hit a record this week. I think he may be right. I think we may see that record, and then we'll get our crash. Let's see. Joe, I wish I knew this answer. Many people have asked me, why is he pushing it? There are so many things out there saying that, hey, he's only pushing, and if you'll read through the lines, he's pushing other treatments like Ivan or Hazel or vitamins or any of those things. He's not actually pushing the lollipops, even though he goes on record taking his booster. I don't know. All I can say is, if he is truly the whitehead he claims, it is time to shut up and put up. I'm tired of the chess game. I'm ready. Yes, excellent gal. Reuters CEO is also on the Pfizer board and a major investor in the company. 6th most popular stock owned by your congressmen and your senators, Pfizer. Hello, Florida CB. Jordan, the Social Security is based on $5,000 per month, not plus what individuals should, but I am told is based on $5,000 a month. Yeah, he did. He did call her a Karen on the tape, which to me is offensive because some of the greatest women I know are Karens, but I get the idea. Could have called her a Sally, a Frank, a Mark, or whatever, the other people. I guess you need your whatever. But it was kind of funny when you saw an old guy call the young lady a Karen. It's like, stop being a boomer, right? Or something along those. It was funny. No, he definitely star. He is definitely. I will give Trump this. He has always said that it is definitely your choice, and huge kudos on that one. Oh, I didn't see Tug. I just saw Thomas comment to Tug. Tug, hope you're well. There you go, Young. Put your faith in the Lord and the powers above, not in just one person. Don't put it in Trump. Don't put it in MarkZ. Don't put it in all those. Stand up and fight on your own. I mean, I'm going to be here with you. Don't get me wrong. But you're right. I mean, don't hesitate to lift those people up and pray for them that they may make the right decisions and fight the good fight. But I like it. What's up, David? Hang in there. Money on the move. Liquidity on the move. Whoa, I did not see this. XRP ledger jumps from 127 billion. David, I do know that a number of banks, and guys, if you're familiar, XRP, and I mean, so many folks that are in banking, existing banking, not next day banking, post RV, or reset QFS banking, in existing banking that have started using XRP for international transfers. You XRP people, I think you're going to see a good payday. I don't think you're going to see the enormous runaway, make your billions, but I think you're going to see solid increases over the next 2 months as we move into. Hopefully we get RV and this will all be mute. But let's just run with what happens if we don't. I think you XRP people are going to see a huge January and February. Hello, Wild Petals. It's good to see you. See, Shabibi answers all these questions. All those doubters out there, if you want to know how the Iraqi RV works, he answers them. If you want to know how they can justify the high values they're talking about, he answers them. You don't have to look at it for me at all. Hello, Sunny Day. I'm glad to have you back. Ronald, we actually covered that one day last week. We dove into that. They got a brief mention on Friday. You can actually look up the St. Germain Trust. There are a number of links if you just simply, and we can do that right now, guys. I mean, we've done that. St. Germain Trust, we've done that a few different times. And you can read all about it. There's a whole lot of commentary out there on just what the St. Germain Trust is. Prosperity for Humanity, Change on the Horizon talks about it, guys. You can actually find references to the St. Germain Trust also in the congressional record when NESARA and GESARA was being mentioned as well. Stock Jockey. Bix Weir says that XRP is a con. XRP to me is a little scary because it's a centralized coin. I know I'm going to get in a fight with somebody over that one, but to me, a centralized coin is when you have a single office, it's not controlled by the community, and they can print more at whim. That's all it needs to be centralized in my book. Decentralized means it is owned by the masses, and they have equal voting on it based on the number of coins they have. So for me, it is. Bix loves real things, real assets. He also likes Theta, and I agree with him on that one. I think Theta has tremendous potential because it is a decentralized internet, meaning it is not even Internet 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. It's Internet 10.0, where pieces and parts of computing power are what powers it, so they can never shut it down. They can never throttle what you get. They can never censor what you have. So there's much about that Bix talks about that I agree with. Some I don't, but by and large, yeah, he nails it. Can you taste it, touch it, eat it? In other words, what are the fundamentals? He is very much a fundamentals person. And I am definitely with him on that one. Ah, it's a big boy. That's why they tried to sue him. It's because they have a central office. They control their amount. There was somebody to go after. All the others, well, I shouldn't say all the others, vast majority of the other coins out there, there's no individual to go after. With XRP, there's an individual to go after. In other words, there was somebody to sue. There was somebody to go after so that they could make money. On the rest of them, they can't make money, so they're not going after them. They are terrified. Trust me. They are terrified of coins, and that's why they went after them. XRP is the whipping post, or the fear monger one that the SEC and the central banks are using to go after. Bro, it's an opinion on XRP, and you guys have yours too, and that is great. And to me, it'd be a great time. I mean, be great for us to sit and discuss the pros and cons because we can both learn from it. No update on Bolivar rates. What's XRP? It's a crypto coin. It's the technology with XRP, and the coin itself is used to do a lot of international transfers or bank transfers. Think of it as an actual efficient, safe version of a SWIFT system that can't disappear in between one place and another. Healing Man, I appreciate you. Randy believes crypto is not 222, or is it 2022? I think it's 2022 regulated. It's not going to last. MJ, I am not familiar with Veritaseum. You're going to have to tune me up on that one, MJ, and I'll give you my thought. Cue ball, right? Probably leave that one right there. Freedom Glory, what is tranching? How much is too much? I am hearing that you have to have about 100 million NAR, 100 million dong before they will tranche any of it, before it'll need any tranching. So I'm not overly worried about the whole tranching thing at all. But tranching is basically when they give you lumps of sum over time because of liquidity. In other words, the system can't handle a transfer that big without causing issues. So let's say they owe you $1 billion, and they're going to send you 100 million once a week for 10 weeks. That is basically what tranching is. Just reading through some of you guys so I can answer as many questions as I can. So cold today in Canada, all my assets are frozen. Oh, that's great. Now, Kate, I did not know this one, but it would make tremendous sense, guys. Oh, and while Kate has me thinking about this one, there are a lot of old school wives things out there, or old remedies that work very well as we go into the cold and flu season and you're worried about things. Kate just said onion skins have a lot of quercetin. I don't know if you all are familiar. Actually, let's do this together because I like doing these things together because a lot of times you guys ask me questions. You could find the answers yourself easily. So I'm going to think of it as just a way of imparting the knowledge and doing that one. We're just going to bounce right over here. Leaving cut onions out to fight. Let's put in flu, cold, whatever. And I am guessing how to cook. Wait, does an onion in the room stop a cold or flu? The idea. This person's saying no truth. This one is saying leave it out, cited as a folk remedy since 1500s. Snopes and USA Today. I never believe either one of those ever. Canned onions, they've actually done some scientific studies on this one and found that it does indeed cut viral load, where they put them in, then they test the air. But I am getting a kick out of this one because of the ones that lead, and this is even on DuckDuckGo, guys. The ones that are leading off are, this one, I want to see this one because it is not The other leading one, of course, was USA Today and Snopes. Snopes had 3 of the top 5. And Snopes I have zero respect for. I have fact-checked them so many times and found them bald-faced lying that I have zero. USA Today, I mean, they have the video of Biden checking his watch while unloading the dead American soldiers from Afghanistan, and claims that he wasn't. I mean, they literally fact-checked it, found it to be false when we have the video showing he did. It was, and then they didn't even print a retraction. They just removed it from the article and pretended it didn't happen. So nuts. All right, Ken Pool, articles, Humble Onion, why it doesn't work, where's the idea originated. They really are trying to kill this one. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think leaving an onion in the room would work? I'm kind of getting a kick out of this one. I'm going to have to do some more work on that one. See if I can disprove the or find enough studies. Hopefully you guys will get into that too. I love checking the fact checkers. Let's see. Somebody said my dad would boil garlic in milk, add butter, salt, and pepper, and drink a couple days when he felt a cold coming on. It worked. Garlic should work. It's antiviral. It makes perfect sense. It's also antibacterial. Onions under bandages, feet were a thing. An onion also cut in half, put in a room, freshly painted, will get rid of fumes overnight. Throw out the onion next day. Hello, Brother Halcyon. DuckDuckGo is also the only platform that wasn't was Yippee, and they took them down. Rocky Red, I see so much potential for us to create a alternative or parallel economy in a parallel world. It's good for you. Plus, it's tasty. Rachel, I swear by it. Tyler, my friend, swears on it. Karen, well, I don't know about refund on silver, but we are hearing some anywhere from $100 coming out of the gate on silver over the next just couple of weeks to about $500 on silver. Although if you follow the debt clock, it should be a little over $3,000 per ounce. Osset Matte Kashmira. Boy, that's a mouthful. I like it, though. I like the necklaces, too. Also put ginger slices on the bottom of your feet and socks, pulls toxins out. Ginger's another one of those. It seems to be that a lot of, which makes sense to me, guys, because if you think about root vegetables, they are kind of like kidneys for the earth or livers for the earth as they pull in things. And any of those root vegetables, you need to be very particular about. If you can get them organic, do. That is a push, because that is what they do. They pull those things out. That's also one of the reasons they're so effective at pulling things out of us. Didn't Dr. Rich say take Quercetin? He wants you to take it 4 to 6 hours separate. But yes, he really likes Quercetin. He doesn't want you taking them at the same time, though. The Protandim is specifically designed and formulated to not have anything else taken with it other than their products for hours. In other words, let your body uptake it, take Quercetin at a different time. Oh, Desert Sky, thank you. Oil of oregano is good too. Karen wanted to point that out. She has been suffering miserably from the sea bug and ended up mixing some oil of oregano with coconut oil and rubbing it on, trying to get around back lungs, things like that. And within hours, literally woke up this morning feeling tremendously better. Oil oregano has, to me, it's a very powerful natural antibiotic. I would not take it all the time, but it's in my cabinet. I'm glad you said that, because it reminded me what Karen said and wanted me to share. Granny cured my cough when I was a kid by cutting an onion up in my whiskey. Don't know if it was cured, just scared the heck out of me. Hey, my mother used to have my uncle like smoke a cigarette and blow up my ear to numb the pain, and nicotine does. I mean, so that is, I understand why that worked, and it did work. A lot of those old cures worked. I don't know if it was, or the whiskey with honey in it and lemon. Now we've learned so much about honey and lemon. Wasn't about the whiskey all the time. Whiskey was about making the kids go to sleep, right? Let's see. Had the flu one time. My grandfather gave me elderberry tea, and it works. What do we know about elderberry now? Now that we've had a chance to put it under the microscope, formulate it, check it in the petri dish, check it on live blood slides. It's a major boost to the immune system. And it worked. Slept all night, sweated out, and was like 100% in 12 hours. A lot of these old cures, there's a reason. And we just learning why they work. We just knew they worked before, and now we're relearning them. I love it. That is too funny because I just saw what Beth said. My grandfather survived the Spanish flu. He ate an onion every day like you'd eat an apple and chased it with a shot of whiskey. Neat. Let's see. Beth, there it was. The doctor prescribed honey, whiskey, and lemon and hot water. My kid's pediatrician suggested that. He was like, all right, old school cure. Here it is. Loved it. Black pepper. I'm trying to remember. It's black pepper is similar to agave. It helps increase uptake of different things into the cells. So if you want any of those remedies to be more efficient, black pepper is part of it. If you guys have never heard of golden milk, you should research that one as well. As a matter of fact, let's do that. I mean, now that we're just getting kind of in the flow of being researchers, over here. Something else that's exceptionally effective, calming, and not necessarily that bad on the old mouth. Golden herbs. Let's see. Golden milk recipe. Goop. Golden milk is a good for you. Pros, cons, nutrition, 10% benefits of golden or turmeric milk. How to make it. Indian drink. There's a reason it's gaining popularity. A friend of mine, GP from New Delhi area, his family. I love it when his mother cooks. I haven't been down to see him in a while, but goes in almost every cup of tea, a little bit of this spice mix. And it's turmeric and a number of other things, a little black pepper, and it just launches your immune system into next week. And it's very, very mentally calming. Sue's loving it. 12 monkeys take garlic every day, never get sick. Turmeric tea every day from Cindy. Homemade ginger tea. I'm going to leave that one up for a minute so you guys can read it. And then I'm going to answer one more question because I just noticed the time. Then I'm going to get busy researching because I am hoping to have a fantastic, because I'm delayed, don't know my week schedule, there will be a 7 p.m. stream tonight. So there will be a 7 p.m. Keep this week pretty fluid. I will do every morning, though. I will do every morning coffee. Evenings are going to be kind of hit and miss depending on whether I can get to see the family or not. There's a lot still up in the air on my schedule this week due to people with flu, people with might have the C word, might not have. We're just trying to play it safe. Well, I do believe we have overreacted. I still want to play it safe. I would be devastated if I gave my mother or stepdad or any older person the bug and they were unable to beat it. I would be devastated. All right. There you go. All right, let me get back to that one last question. Does the stock market have to crash for the RV? No. They could go ahead and pull the trigger on the RV if they want to play it nice and save a lot of people negatives. There are some bonuses, though, to letting it crash. It helps reset the prices, which is going to make the transition easier, and it also helps pull the cash out of many of the rats' hands. Doesn't have to crash. Is it probably going to come on the heels of a crash or during a crash? Yes. It's going to be easier to sell to the general public. Also, keep in mind, though, as we're watching Asia implode right now, the crash is literally days away. It might be tomorrow, it might be 2 weeks from now, but it is going to crash. Just watch it. Watch it. Follow the news on that side, and we're going to keep covering it. All right, that's it. I will see you guys this evening unless we get breaking news this afternoon. Oh, wait, birthdays. Thank you for the 7 p.m. All right, free people. Yeah, God put everything on the beautiful earth to heal us. I agree with you. He gave us dominion. He even named certain plants. I know, a number of them get mad, but the cannabis plant's one of them. One of the specific ones he gave mankind because it has so much healing potential. Waiting for you guys to sound off on the birthday side. Then I'm going to cover those and keep running. Lisa, birthday is New Year's Day. I am still planning on doing a podcast New Year's Day. Just to give you a heads up, I know it's Saturday, but hey, I missed last Saturday. I'm still planning on doing one. Hopefully, we will have Whiskey and Wisdom this week. It's going to depend on the getting home to see my mother and family in the Virginia Beach area. As I've gone through the I've always loved and appreciated family, but it's become even more important as they have limited some of that time with. It's becoming even more important to spend whatever time you can with them. I'm blessed that I've got a good one. Seth, you are very welcome. Sandy, see you this evening. Then come on, Crash. Here you go, Sylvia, right? Jody's got a birthday. Hey, Paul, I'm glad you sounded off on that one. Jody and Otherworld Me have birthdays. I need to drink more. Evelyn, I used to be really good about that. I would do, like, during the stream, I'd go to a small cup of coffee. I would have, like, 2 things with me. One would be, like, a hot lemon or hot lime tea with a little bit of ginger in it. I really got to get back to that. Hello, Jordan. Let's see. Birthday was 23rd anniversary today. Happy anniversary and happy birthday, Shar S. Eddie, I don't know the mechanism, but Mr. C talked about that on Friday, just about every Friday, how the elders are planning on making certain that pensioners or folks with 401ks do not lose their butt. Pro Street. Hey, man, you got to stay relaxed and healthy, right, brother? Oh, man. 3 Feathers' birthday is today. Happy birthday. Tiffany, I am told, a handful of chases that are still getting done. Supply has been extremely limited, though. All right, let's do that one. Bye, Red Canary. So they tell me it's your birthday. Well, happy birthday, darling. May you live, may you love. May all your dreams come true. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Boy, I saw Anna slide one in there at the end. Alice, thank you for catching that one. I hate it when I miss any of you guys. Jackie, I'll be doing a podcast New Year's Eve. Not doing an evening one, I don't think, but definitely doing the early one. Definitely doing the coffee. Laura, I agree with you. All right. Medina's birthday in 3 days will be here. All right, guys, let's see. Mark, I don't see why not. Should work. I've never asked that question specifically out of bankers, but I will. See, now, I did not know this one, but I'm not a fan. I usually use lime Zamco, so hopefully that doesn't promote aluminum absorption. Heck of a way to get them started, Shirley. Heck of a way to get them started. I love that one. I love that one. All right. Many thanks to over the holidays. Just some kind words, occasional donations. Just thank you guys for everything holiday-based. You are loved and appreciated. I'll see you later this afternoon or this evening. Count on 7, though, unless we get some runaway news. Bye, guys.